After asked if doing so would then impact her and other Georgia Republicans, all of whom were elected on the same ballot, Green says, we're just talking about the president's race. Brilliant. Absolute fucking legend, bruv. And the crowd goes absolute legend, bruv. Like, that's how fucking brain dead these people are. Like, it's literally this. It's like one question, dude. Oh, really? We should decertify the election? Well, what about you? You won. Oh, no, I didn't mean me. I meant Donald Trump. And of course, for all the absolute moronic, idiotic, smooth-brained Republicans, like, they probably look at this and go, yeah, she's right. She's right. Because that's literally their argument. Their argument is any Democrat that has won is illegitimate and any Republican that has won is legitimate. So we should decertify all the races where Democrats won and then, you know, make sure that Republicans won in those races. You can never lose an argument in that circumstance. If that, it's like a cheat code. It's like saying I'm a fucking egoist. So anything that benefits me personally, even if it's altruistic or not, is like morally acceptable within my own fucking philosophical boundaries, like within my own system. It's literally the cheat code, which is, oh, no, you don't understand. I'm not being hypocritical because, like, I think legitimately that every single Democrat that won any single vote won illegitimately, and every single Republican that won in a legitimate capacity. So you can't ever lose. You can never lose the argument. Okay? Literal cheat code, dude. Yeah. If you say all Democrat votes are illegitimate, then yeah, it's technically consistent within your moral system. Okay. So that was a really fun moment from the Georgia race that's happening currently. I despise these freaks so much. I really do. I think she's a horrible, like, barely a human being. I don't know what the fuck's going on in Pennsylvania. Let's watch this stunning video by David Axelhog.
For a minute. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you like this guy.
Whatever he does, he accuses everyone else of doing. The man cannot tell the truth, but he combines it with being a narcissist. A narcissist at a level I don't think this country's ever seen.
Okay, bro.
And my concern is that he would grab up that power and really treat the country as sort of his little bully fiefdom.
Donald Trump is everything I taught my children not to do in kindergarten.
He's been exploiting working Americans for 40 years.
He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot.
He says he's for the little guy, but
that's Bernie Sanders, dude. No, I'm just kidding.
He's actually built a lot of his businesses on the backs of the little guy.
You know, Donald Trump the other day said that, it, quote, if he tells a soldier to commit a war crime, the soldier will just go do it.
And I don't think Donald Trump has even read the Constitution, knows what's in the Constitution.
A toxic mix of demagoguery and mean-spiritedness and nonsense.
I just cannot support Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is a delusional narcissist and an orange-faced windbag.
Donald Trump is a con artist.
He doesn't know the difference between truth and lies.
I just want to remind you that, like, David Axelhog posting this, hog posting, is hilarious. And the reason why it's fucking hilarious is because his administration with Barack Obama knew exactly how hypocritical all of these people were. Those people were in power back then too. And yet they tried to do the grand bargain and they tried to do a fucking coalition of, what was it, like, of, I always forget the fucking name of it, but like the what was it? The cabinet that he put together where, oh yeah, coalition of adversaries or something, like the cabinet put together with like literal Republicans in it. It was so dumb. Okay. It was so fucking stupid. And they still choose to act like these people are legitimate, or they still, the team of rivals. Thank you. They still choose to act like these very same like scumbags, these very same actual fucking like humanoid scumbags. Like Ted Cruz is barely a human being. Do you understand? Like barely a fucking human being. He literally looks like melted candle wax, and yet like people still take him seriously for some fucking weird reason. He's Zodiac Killer Andy over here. Like how do you post videos like this and go, oh, we gotta just still work with them. We gotta still work with them.
Lies. He lies practically every word that comes out of his mouth.
I think he's a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office.
Anyway, oh, I'm so shocked. It's like, at least I'm honest, man. Look, I shit on the Democrats when they deserve to be shitted on, right? But like, I'm not gonna sit here and fucking get duped by Josh Hawley or fucking Tom Cotton or whoever the fuck is like the next flavor of the month Republican who's like, yeah, we should do a little bit of nationalism, but not like the socialist nationalists, you know, not like the Nazis, but just straight fascism, you know, capitalist fascism. It's just fucking bullshit. Shitted on? Yeah, I know it's shat on, you fucking weird grammar Nazis. The joke is shitted on. Like it's you say it like that on purpose with D's in it too. Get shitted on. Like I shitted on them. Okay, whatever.
Was the president's call to the Secretary of State appropriate?
Look, my total focus has been on this moment today, getting the vote out here in Georgia. I've been crisscrossing the state for 9 weeks. That's our focus. Georgians need to...
Bro, Georgians are so dumb, dude. I'm sorry. Georgia Republicans, and this goes to Republicans all around the fucking country, but like, you're so stupid. Like, you're such a fucking stupid hog that you can literally look at someone like Kelly Loeffler, who will just like go out and like take a photo with a KKK guy. Oopsie. And then you're like, yeah, she's a real one. Okay. Oh, she's a real one. Why? Because she wore a fucking denim hat with the American flag on it? Is she like, you know, went out and did shot some of those plates, dude? That's why? Wow, dude. She's so fucking American, dude. Also, are those really your fucking values, brother? Like, your values are just like, you know, dudes who were a part of the KKK, and also on top of that, like just being able to shoot a fucking clay. You know, that's it. Those are my values. That's American, damn it. Like, you're literally voting for a billionaire wife who made a fuckload of money. Made a fuckload of money during this pandemic while simultaneously denying the pandemic. Okay? You're so dumb. You're such a dumb fucking moron. If you turn around and you're like, well, the other guy's black, so we gotta vote for her. You're a fucking idiot, dude. You are so stupid, and you deserve the bad things that happen to you. I'm sorry. If this is your point of view, and you go out and you fucking vote for Kelly Loeffler, who can't even do the aesthetics. Like, at least, and David Perdue too, by the way. Like, neither of them can even aesthetically be like the hogs. At least Donald Trump, despite the fact that he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, the biggest fail son of all time, literally a fucking New York socialite who very much wanted to be a part of that social scene his entire life, and part of his anxieties and his anger towards the bicoastal elites literally stems from the fact that he was not allowed because he was too gauche and too nouveau riche, because he wasn't old money. And fuck you, dude. Fuck yourself, okay? Wait, I can't move this anymore? Damn. My man said, psst, your misogyny is showing. No, that's a joke. They were joking, but it's still pretty funny. Did you just pronounce gauche as gauche? It is gauche. Isn't it gauche? I don't fucking know. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I got the new chat arena. So, Like, this person wasn't even fucking born in Georgia. She's like, oh yeah, I'm a farm girl. I worked in a farm. It's like, shut the fuck up. No, you didn't. You went to some fucking Ivy League school. I think she went to Ivy League, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just pull that up real quick. She went to some schools. Oh, never mind. She went to GS College of Business. Sorry. Whatever the fuck. What is that? Went to University of Illinois at Urbana, Champaign. Got a fucking MBA. Started working for her husband's company. Her husband is the CEO of the Intercontinental Exchange, by the way, and the chairman of the New York Stock Exchange. Okay? And literally, like, they start dating, they get married, and she's just bored. She is literally a bored housewife who's like, I have a lot of money, I'm fucking bored, I'm just gonna buy a seat. That is the story. She is the one instance that is literally the fucking stereotype. Okay? You know how, like, I always push back against, like, there's a lot of Democrats. There's even Republican women in positions of power that people will say, like, oh, she fucked her way to the top or whatever. Like, and it's a misogynistic stereotype. And it's more often than not, it's not the case, obviously. This is the one instance where this fucking rich horse girl literally was bored at home. No, you can't say the same about Nancy Pelosi. You know why you can't say the same about Nancy Pelosi? Because she's a fucking demon at fundraising. And she's a really fucking diligent whip. So you can't literally say, like, Nancy Pelosi fucked her way to the top. You can hate on Nancy Pelosi. I hate Nancy Pelosi. But you literally can't say Nancy Pelosi is not fucking good at what that position required her to do, which was fundraise. She's a fucking demon at fundraising. Meanwhile, Kelly Loeffler is straight up just no personality, literally just a rock, okay? Nothing. She's got nothing. She has no fucking qualifications. Nothing whatsoever. And there is no better representation of how horrible she is at, like, literally campaigning and, like, running than the compilation videos that came out. Many compilation videos that came out of her debate against radical liberal Raphael Warnock. And that's it. She bought her fucking Senate seat. Okay? Just like she bought the WNBA team in Atlanta. And she's just bored. And she was like, maybe I can get some additional information to do some insider trading and make even more money. And the Georgian fucking hogs, the Georgian Republicans are literally like, well, she got a Republican next to her name, goddammit. So I'm going to end up voting for her. Why? What has she done for you, you dumb fuck? What have any of them done for you? They've done nothing for you, you fucking brain-dead, delusional, racist moron. Why the fuck would you vote for her? Just stay the fuck home and don't vote for anyone if you want to maintain your integrity, you stupid fuck. Her own WNBA team hates her because she shat on Black Lives Matter. Democrats haven't done anything either. Yeah, you're right. You're right, brother. I'm not going to fucking sit here and act like the Democrats are going to be your saviors either. Except the difference there is the Democrats can legitimately say that Republicans have prevented them from doing anything. Okay? Republicans have literally prevented them. Mitch McConnell has prevented them from doing anything. It's not like the Democrats weren't on board with fucking 2K cash. They were. Enough of them were. And when the opportunity presented itself, they tried to fucking push for it. They ultimately fucking threw it, obviously, as they were going to, because the NDAA is far too important for them not to pass, obviously. I'm being sarcastic on that last part there. But, like, the difference is literally someone who will, like, maybe marginally improve your life in a meaningful way. You get $2,000. Vote for a Democrat, and you have a higher likelihood of getting $2,000. Okay? Vote for a Republican? No fucking way, no how, not happening. You understand? That's the only difference. I'm not saying that the Democrats are going to fucking save you. I'm not saying that Democrats are good. I'm simply stating that there are enough Democrats that are at least on the side of giving you something, anything, or at least promising you that they will give you something. if they end up winning. Whereas Republicans literally are like, you don't deserve anything. You're shit. You're dog shit. Also, not only do you not deserve anything, but like, hey, look at me. I'm shooting a gun. Here, focus on me shooting a gun. I'm shooting a gun, brother. Vote for me. I love guns and I love God. And I hate the gays. And I will say you're scary if you're a black person. That's it. And then Republicans are like, all right, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's vote for him. It's a great example, dude. The Colorado psycho. There's a great example of this where her district is suffering, but she's cutting out ads about how she's going to bring a Glock to Congress. Like, who is that helping, you fucking weirdo? Like, what are you doing? Like, oh, I'm going to do a shooting in Congress. Like, like she's literally vague posting like she's about to be a fucking school shooter. Like, don't come to Congress tomorrow. You might get RDM'd, says the Colorado congressperson. I'm bringing my Glock to Congress. Like, any normal human being that tweets that out, they get a visit from the Secret Service. Meanwhile, it's a campaign ad if you're some fucking psycho who won her election and the owner of a theme restaurant that also shoots people. Like, what does that do? Who is that helping? Yeah, some of you voters are all right. Don't come to Congress tomorrow. It's crazy. Anyway, Kelly Loeffler sucks ass too, so
Get out and vote today.
yeah, I am Kelly Loeffler. Yeah, look, this is her fucking own team, dude. Kelly Loeffler's WNBA team, Atlanta Dream, wearing shirts promoting her opponent Warnock. Oh god, she's such a fucking bot, dude. She's literally a bot. I want to watch this. This video that they did on Kelly Loeffler. Apparently, it's like it shows her background real well. Now this her. Who is Kelly Loeffler? Narrated by Natalie Portman. What the fuck? What the fuck is Natalie Portman doing in this video, dude? That's crazy. Okay, Natalie.
Pro-Trump, pro-military, and pro-wall.
That's Kelly Loeffler, an unelected incumbent Republican senator from Georgia whose shady financial maneuverings and refusal to acknowledge the actual winner of the presidential election have made headlines nationwide. As Loeffler's re-election bid goes to a runoff against Democrat Raphael Warnock in January 2021, let's take a look at the career of a WNBA co-owner turned legislator on behalf of a state that did not vote for her. I'm Natalie Portman, and this is the story of Kelly Lynn Loeffler. She was born in Bloomington, Illinois in 1970. Bloomington is best known as the home of State Farm Insurance, or seemingly every other commercial on television. But it wouldn't take long for Loeffler to dominate the airwaves herself. She attended undergrad at the University of Illinois in Champaign, where she was a member of the Alpha Gamma Delta sorority. She went on to graduate from Chicago's DePaul University with an MBA in 1999. Out of school, Loeffler worked at Toyota for 4 years, where, according to her LinkedIn, she was a district account manager. From there, she hopped to Citibank, then to William Blair, an investment banking company, and then eventually to Intercontinental Exchange, or ICE.
Where she ended up marrying the fucking CEO!
In 2002. According to the company's website, it builds, operates, and advances global markets through information technology and expertise. AKA, it owns financial and commodities exchanges, including the New York Stock Exchange. She quickly climbed the company ladder, securing a seat as a top lieutenant for the company's CEO, Jeff Sprecher. In 2004, Loeffler married that CEO and climbed the ladder again. taking over as head of marketing shortly after. While at ICE, Loeffler and Sprecker's company provided a platform for, as Mother Jones noted, highly speculative, unregulated energy trading that ended up causing an Enron-like scandal and costing residents of Georgia millions of dollars. In 2006, a giant hedge fund called Amaranth controlled up to 70% of the entire natural gas market on the New York Mercantile Exchange, aka NYMEX, an exchange regulated by the U.S. government, and seeing red flags around Amaranth's strategy, namely high price volatility for natural gas, NYMEX was duty-bound to step in. NYMEX told Amaranth to reduce its natural gas positions. Amaranth agreed to do so, but what they really did was just shuffle the highly speculative natural gas transactions to an electronic energy exchange owned by Loeffler's firm, ICE. It just so happens that fine print in U.S. legislation lays electronic energy exchanges outside of U.S. government oversight. Loeffler and her cronies profited off the move at the expense of working people in Georgia. The Municipal Gas Authority of Georgia calculated that its 243,000 customers paid an extra $18 million in the winter of 06 and 07. In 2013, ICE bought the New York Stock Exchange for over $8 billion. Along the way, Loeffler bought a minority stake in the WNBA team, the Atlanta Dream, before becoming a full-time co-owner in 2011. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution notes why this is a particularly interesting venture for Loeffler of all people. The WNBA has a history of appealing to Black and LGBTQ fans, both groups far from Trump's base. Plus, the league has a reputation for supporting progressive causes like a
Bro just buys the stock exchange? Yeah, bro. You know, the everyday, the common man, the kind of person that you need in a position of power that will truly represent the interests of Georgia. The guy, the woman who's fucking married to the guy who's like, I'm going to buy the stock exchange. Like, come on, dude. I'm going to buy the WNBA team. Like, she was literally fucking bored, okay? She was bored. And was like, maybe we'll get some insider information that will help us with some trades. And has done nothing. Like, literally, just all she's done is that. And there is not a better representation of someone who is like comically evil and out of touch than someone like Kelly Loeffler. David Perdue too. Like, that's why I was saying something that I said about Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue that got like misconstrued by people in Georgia and frustrated some of the fucking young Zoomers who are super woke was when I said Kelly Loeffler is not like KKK racist. She's just like rich white lady racist. I'm not saying that people in KKK are fucking poor. Of course not. A lot of those KKK fucks are networking and also very wealthy too. But the KKK is ideologically white supremacist. Kelly Loeffler is just like, you know, regular racist. Not like, you know, there is a supremacy to the white existence and like we must preserve a future for our white children or some shit. Like, she's not that kind of racist, like unlike the KKK is, okay? So like, you got to remember, like, there is a nefarious, there's still a level of bigotry there that is, like, seemingly acceptable. But the reason why she was fucking portrayed with, or photographed accidentally with a fucking KKK member is literally because Georgians are KKK racist, okay? Some of the Georgians are literally KKK racist. That's it. It's at the heart of the fucking Confederacy. These motherfuckers look at that and go, oh, yeah, she's one of us. She's good. Okay, that's what I was trying to describe, and people got mad at me. Okay, same with fucking David Perdue. Like, these people can't even say, these people don't even know like the racial slurs to say appropriately. Like, remember when David Perdue tried to fucking do the Kamala Mama Mama la 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 whatever shit? Like, what? So many years in Congress, you've never heard David Perdue do some shit like that. Why do you think he did that? Why do you think he did that? Because he's trying to do Trump. He's trying to do the Trump thing. Okay? That's why. They're literally LARPing as like more racist than they actually are, like overtly racist so they can get votes. That should frustrate you even further than like a legitimately racist person running. Okay? That like you can portray yourself as more racist than you actually are when you are already racist. That like that will be a benefit to you. Okay? GOP is afraid of the turnout in Georgia. Perdue and Loeffler put out a joint statement on the importance of voting as Trump tweets about voting irregularities. Yeah, The only thing that will allow the Democrats to win Georgia right now, today, is Donald Trump. The most significant thing. Obviously, there is a tremendous amount of on-the-ground organizing that has been around. Shouts out to Stacey Abrams. I don't care that she works for fucking Center for American Progress and has got millions of dollars from Michael Bloomberg. It literally doesn't matter. She has done a fuckload. She's done an incredible job there, okay, in turnout. Shouts out to everyone who went out and fucking door knocked. Yes, that includes fucking Destiny and his community as well. Obviously, that's all good. But the most significant factor here that will potentially ruin turnout for the Georgia runoff race is literally Donald fucking Trump. Like, he did the 2K. He centered the conversation around 2K, which out of nowhere fucking caused an additional commotion. He has been routinely talking about voting irregularities and election irregularities that will potentially depress turnout. So on the one hand, he's like, go out and vote for these people. But also on the other hand, he's like, well, you know, your vote doesn't really matter. So he's fucking his own people. Like, he's literally ruining his own race. It's kind of wild. Yeah, he tweeted this out, but it doesn't fucking matter. He's like saying, go out and vote today, Georgia. But he's also simultaneously saying, like, your vote doesn't matter. Oh, this was it.
But the most insidious thing that Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden are trying to perpetrate, and Bernie and Elizabeth and Kamala,
Like, this is a dude who is literally, you know, when you're a kid and you learn a dirty word, when you're like fucking, 7 years old, 8 years old, and you learn a dirty word and you want to say it, you want to find a way where you can say it, like saying "puck you" instead of "fuck you," right? Like Summer Heights High, "Puck you, miss." That's literally what he's doing, where he's like, oh, I know this is going to be racist, but I did not think this through, so I'm just going to say, oh, she's got a weird sounding name, right? Kamala Mala Mala, right? Like, he can't even say it with his fucking full chest. And the reason why he's doing this is literally because, like, those hogs like that, okay?
I don't know. Whatever.
See? That's why. Because they laughed. Because they're all fucking brain dead. They're like, oh, yeah, I don't know. She got a weird sounding name. That's literally why he did that. Okay? I have definitely said this before, yes. Yeah, he said it right. Like, he said Kamala or Kamala Mala Mala. It's like weird. It's like virtue signaling, but for racism. And, like, obviously you have to be racist to be able to virtue signal for racism. You can't literally just, like, virtue signal for racism without having, like, any sort of bigoted opinions. And it's easy to have bigoted opinions and racism. But he's literally, like, heightening his racism so he can win. Because that's what fucking works for Republicans. And that is crazy, dude. Oh, it's like Ben Shapiro trying to misgender a woman. Yes, exactly. This is just like Ben Shapiro accidentally correctly gendering someone and then stopping, recognizing that he correctly gendered a trans woman and then misgendering them. So you didn't buy Republicans hate on Obama's name then? No, that's like the same shit. They used to do that all the time. Why do I always say, oh, bye-bye? Why do I always make that fucking joke? That's literally what I'm saying is like, yeah, Obunga, Obama, Obama, Hussein Obama. Don't forget it. Obama, Obama. Anyway, so it's basically like, oh yeah, Loeffler did this shit too, where her fucking campaign literally darkened Warnock's skin in the videos. Her campaign literally darkened radical liberal Raphael Warnock's skin in the videos. And it's also clip chimp to like a degree that I've never seen. Like, this is like old school LSF clip chimping, okay? Like, the clip chimps are out of control on the Kelly Loeffler side of the campaign, where literally they just cut, like, he could be talking about anything. It's like one of my Cam's or Flesh Dog, I think, makes them too. Like, it's like one of my Hasanabi out of context videos. Like, it's literally that level of clip chimp. Yeah, Purdue made Ossoff's nose bigger. Purdue also made Ossoff's nose longer in an ad. I wonder why they made the Jewish candidate's nose longer. Like, it's shit like that. And the reason why they did that, the reason why they've been doing that, is because it works. That's it. Because they are tailoring their messaging to their own audience. So the funniest part about this entire process is that Kelly Loeffler is very clearly the exact, like, swamp rat that Donald Trump claims he hates, despite the fact that he is also a swamp rat himself. But at least Donald Trump does the racism well. He does a good act. He puts on a good act for the hogs. Like, oh yeah, these guys, the Mexicans, they're rapists, you know? Kelly Loeffler can't even do the racism right. And yet, that's it. Even a cartoonish and almost childish attempt at being racist is enough for the hogs to be like, oh yes, thank God. Thank God. Thank fucking God she said it. Thank God, brother. She's on the side of justice. She's on the right side, brothers. Okay, I don't feel so bad voting for her now. She's a real American. Unlike radical liberal Raphael Warnock, who's been a part of this community for decades and is an actual pastor. She's the real goddamn American. Why? Because she's fucking white, and that's it. And she's Republican. And she's running against a black guy.
2018 initiative that allowed fans to donate a portion of ticket sales to Planned Parenthood, an abortion rights group. This doesn't go unnoticed by Loeffler, though. She told AJC, "Frankly, I think Americans have been saddened by the politicization of sports because it is something that uniquely unites people."
Again, this is the same gamer mentality. For old school gamer mentality, if you guys remember, is anything is political if there's women or if there's black people in it. And it's non-political if women and black people are in it, but they just don't advocate for women or black people causes. You know what I mean? Oh, I just hate that sports are so political nowadays. Like, why don't you just shut the fuck up? That's what this is. That's what that take is.
However, the senator from Georgia's idea of uniquely uniting people is far different. When she was eventually appointed to the Senate, Loeffler, who once called the Black Lives Matter movement a very divisive organization, gave a large portion of her Senate salary to anti-LGBTQ+ and anti-abortion groups. One of the organizations she donated to groups homosexuality with bestiality and incest as forms of sexual immorality. Seems divisive. But backing up a bit, in 2018, Loeffler left Intercontinental Exchange for a CEO position at an ICE subsidiary company called Bakkt, which, according to Fortune magazine, aims at democratizing cryptocurrencies. She must have been earning a pretty penny, too. She and her husband made history in Atlanta for purchasing possibly the most expensive real estate ever.
Dude, nothing says one with Georgia like buying the most expensive piece of real estate in Georgia so that you can make a more legitimate claim that you're Georgia yourself. Oh, God, people are so stupid, dude. They're so stupid. They're so stupid. Why are Republicans so stupid? Like, that's it? That's all you need? It's like cartoonish, man. The reason why I love this race and the reason why I've talked about Loeffler a bunch is because like she doesn't even have the bona fides to like appear. Her name isn't Tommy Tuberville. You know what I mean? She's not a fucking football coach. Like, that guy, if he says some racist shit, I believe him, okay? She says some racist shit, I believe it too. Like, you know, racist white, rich white lady. Of course she's racist. But like, she's literally trying to LARP as a salt of the earth guy, and it fucking works. Yeah, exactly. The country cosplay that she puts on is so nasty. It's so lame. She literally puts on like a fucking shooting vest. And that's it. And then everyone's like, yeah, she's a real one. She's a real one.
In the city. According to Atlanta Magazine, the $10.5 million mansion is modeled in the style of an old European estate. Descante, as it's called, is a stucco, steel, and limestone structure that boasts Versailles parquet in the dining room, a library with a secret passage to the living room, and a 19th century pool house from France. But their shopping spree didn't end with modest homes. Loeffler and her husband have donated $3.2 million to political committees, 3% of which went to Democrats. One of their biggest spending sprees went to a super PAC supporting Willard Mitt Romney. The couple coughed up $7.
See? They're like moderate Republicans. But see how quickly moderate Republicans, who still have to, of course, appear in the same liberal circles because they're, you know, operating in the New York Stock Exchange. They are the New York Stock Exchange. So they of course, have to. Yes, Willard is an incredibly white name. I didn't know that you guys didn't know that Willard Ebers Savage Neff III is my whitest friend and the whitest person I know. Did you not know this? His name is literally Willard Ebers Savage Neff III. Anyway, but like, it's a moderate Republican, so they're like moderate Republicans. Look how quickly moderate Republicans like Loeffler and her husband can turn up the dial of racism to appear more like the common man. Okay.
$750,000 in support of the senator from Utah. But just giving exorbitant amounts of money to candidates wouldn't be enough for Loeffler. In 2019, she applied to succeed.
Why are you saying docs? I mean, he's talked about it before.
Incumbent Senator Johnny Isakson, who resigned from the post citing health reasons. Although Loeffler wasn't Trump's first choice, he wanted Doug Collins. She was tapped by Georgia Governor Brian Kemp for the position, where she's been serving the American people ever since. It's unclear if they want to be served by her, considering she's now in a runoff election, but nonetheless, she is Georgia's first female senator in 98 years.
That's so funny. Like, Georgia's first female senator in 98 years. Girl power, baby. That's why, like, neoliberal capitalist identity politics is so dumb, by the way. This is the reason why it's dumb as fuck. Girl boss. Yeah, what stops you from saying that this is a girl boss? Like, what is this, girl power? Is what she did girl power, dude?
I'm proud to announce that conservative businesswoman and political outsider Kelly Loeffler will be Georgia's.
These fucking demons, dude. She's a political outsider, dude. They're portraying her as an outsider, like Donald Trump is a political outsider. Bitch, what do you mean? They're literally inside. Once you pay a profound amount of money to a super PAC, like, you're an insider. You're not an outsider.
Next U.S. Senator.
CNBC notes Loeffler is by far the richest member of Congress, sharing a net worth of about $500.
Now it's $1 billion. Now they're officially, I believe, Kelly Loeffler, as of like this year, her and her husband, since that video, have doubled their net worth. Yeah. Since that video came out. Since that fucking video came out, Kelly Loeffler and her husband doubled their net worth and are now a billionaire, dude. I mean, she's a everyday. She's a commoner. She's just a regular old single billionaire, you know? It's just $1 billion. It's not like she's a 10 billionaire, dude.
million. And boy, would she use it. A novel coronavirus ignited an outbreak of a deadly disease called COVID-19 in China in December of 2019. The disease spread quickly, with the first case in the US occurring the following month. By March of 2020, the COVID-19 outbreak was in its nascent stage, just beginning to take hold in the US. Then in early 2020, Loeffler and her colleagues sat through some closed-door meetings. Right after those meetings, Loeffler sold a bunch of stocks. A whole bunch. Directly before the market took a nosedive, she sold, in total, stocks valued up to $18.7 million. That's $18.7 million. She dumped her retail stocks and bought shares in DuPont, which produces medical supplies. Instead of warning the American people after getting vital information, she offloaded millions in stocks and then publicly said this.
The good news is the consumer is strong, the economy is strong, jobs are growing. Our president has done a fantastic job making sure that we're in the best position to manage through this situation.
However, Loeffler claims the sales were completely out of her hands. She claims the transactions were carried out by her and her husband's financial advisor without their knowledge.
You sold over $1 million in stocks in your own personal portfolio before the market went down. Were you trading on inside information about what was coming?
Well, I'm really glad you asked, Ed, because I do want to set.
Bro, her fucking house is so big, it's echoing. Do you guys remember when we watched this interview live? Her house is so large that she's not even in the living room. This is like her interview room, and it's echoing, motherfucker.
The record straight. I've seen some of those stories and it's absolutely false and it could not be true. So if you actually look at the personal transaction reports that were filed, it notices at the bottom that I'm only informed of my transactions after they occur, several weeks.
As Loeffler cashed in while hundreds of thousands of Americans died, she launched a re-election bid. The race between Loeffler and Democrat Raphael Warnock was so tight, it triggered an automatic runoff for January 2021.
And the only reason why this fucking runoff occurred is because there was a spoiler on the Republican side. I just want to remind you guys that there was a third candidate that also made a legitimate, also had a legitimate run. Now, obviously, there were plenty of Democratic candidates on that race as well, but Doug Jones, who Donald Trump originally wanted to appoint to this seat, if I'm not mistaken, was the other Republican runner in that race that secured, I think, 1.2, or Doug Collin, not Doug Jones, secured 1.2 million votes or something. Like, here, let's look at the actual tally. And he's not in the race anymore, so. Exit polls. Fuck, show me the... God damn it. Yeah, she is all neck. Doug Jones is Alabama. Doug Jones lost in Alabama. No, Doug Collins got even more than 980,000. Doug Collins got a fuckload. To be fair, you can't blame her for selling her stocks. The bad thing is that she lied about it to the public. No, I can blame her for selling her stocks, brother. I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit when fucking... No, I absolutely can. I think it's bullshit that, like, our members of Congress get to fucking act on information that's not publicly available. I already hate the fucking stock market to begin with. It should be literally illegal. Unfortunately, it's not literally illegal. There are... it's very hard to... I guess it's very hard to actually prosecute it. It's the literal definition of insider trading. Like, she is operating on information that's not publicly available to make a decision on which stocks to buy or sell, and it is literally illegal. Yeah, Martha Stewart went to fucking jail for it. Like, if that's not insider trading, like, nothing is insider trading. Do you understand? New law that you can't marry the big money man. It's not just that she can't marry the big money man. The new law is that if you or a relative of yours has stocks and anything, any information that you acted on that you got from them or that could be perceived as insider trading should be met with a level of scrutiny that it's currently not being met with. It is literally insider fucking trading, dude. Yeah, Doug Collins, the Republican, got 980,000 votes. I thought he got like 2 million, but I was wrong. There wasn't even that many people voting. But yeah, like together, the amount of votes they get way passes the radical liberal Raphael Warnock's percentage. So you're saying that you want to make rich people poor and poor people more comfortable? Fucking scumbag move, dude. Absolutely. In the words of Mike Pence, our incredible vice president, I want to make rich people poorer and poor people more comfortable. Remember when Mike Pence said that and like thought that that was an own? Like that was a bad thing? No, that guy is joking. Stock markets have existed for centuries. The fuck you talking about? Okay. This is such a weird argument. Like, I don't understand. So what? So was capital punishment, racism, like disenfranchisement of marginalized communities, slavery still exists to this day. What the fuck? Just because something has existed for a very long time, is that a good enough reason to keep it going? Like, what kind of fucking argument is that, dude? What the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway. I'm on the stock market, so I'm going to secure my retirement. Please don't harm me for participating in capitalist society. No, I understand, guys. Everyone has a fucking 401k nowadays. That's literally the privatization of pension plans. And it's something that takes place. It takes the place of Social Security. It's deliberate. It's on purpose, but it also creates a system in which you are, albeit you win a tiny fraction of it. That's like nearly inconsequential. It's consequential for you, but inconsequential to the grand scheme of things. But you are now tied to the stock market as a consequence of that. I completely understand that. That's just how it works, unfortunately. What we are talking about is a billionaire or a 500 millionaire who literally fucking doubled their net worth by making really suspicious trades with information that they got while they were simultaneously lying to the public about how, oh, no, coronavirus is not a big deal. Now they're a billionaire. They were not a fucking billionaire. Anyway, it's top of the hour. You already know what's going on. You already know what the deal is. We're going up. And it's top of the hour every hour, which means there's a 60-second ad break coming to you right now. And I got to stretch a little bit. At least 10 minutes of like standing a little bit, you know, stretch it up, do a couple of quick squats and shit like that. And if you want to avoid the ads, if you want to avoid the 1-minute ads at the top of every hour during this broadcast, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for free by connecting your Amazon account to your Twitch Prime account. So get those Twitch Primes going if you want, or with a $5 subscription. Here's the ad. I still haven't finished this video.
Meaning
Holy
the
shit.
Senate majority hangs in the balance of two races in Georgia, Loeffler and Warnock, and Republican David Perdue, who also sold off a bunch of stock after closed-door briefings about the coronavirus. and Democrat Jon Ossoff. These two races will decide which party controls the Senate and gains the power to shape Joe Biden's agenda. Loeffler has an uphill battle to her re-election. Early polls suggest Warnock has the edge. He also has most of the WNBA on his side, including players from the team Loeffler co-owns. Loeffler and Perdue have since called for Georgia's Republican Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger's resignation, citing, without evidence, failures in the election. It's unclear if they're referring to their own campaigns or to the democratic process. Whatever the case may be, control of the Senate hangs on two people who have shown they're willing to put their own bank accounts before the American people.
Yup. Is there one on David Perdue as well? Loeffler was never elected, so she can't be reelected. I mean, that's what the argument is, like, she wasn't technically elected. She was appointed to that seat, so. Is there another one on, you didn't run the ad? No, I did. Yeah, I ran the ad. You just didn't see it. And the reason why you didn't see it is because you might be in an area that doesn't get ads or something. We're going to talk about Proud Boys Enrique Tarrio getting arrested in D.C. in a second. New Donnie O'Sullivan video also. New Donnie O'Sullivan video. Our boy, our friend of the show, Donnie O'Sullivan, went out. The fucking Trump supporters. He went out in the eve of the Senate runoff elections. Donnie O'Sullivan went out and he talked to the Trump supporters. Is Enrique the Proud Boy token brown dude? Yes. I'm tired of asking where's the shirt from. My mommy wants to know. I don't know, man. It's a thrifted shirt. It's like a random Hawaiian shirt. Oh, there's a David Perdue one as well.
But the most
Thank you. Who is David Perdue? Let's take a look.
most insidious thing that Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden are trying to perpetrate, and Bernie and Elizabeth and Kamala, I don't know.
That's David Perdue, a Republican incumbent senator from Georgia who looks and acts like a bad guy in a Disney Channel original movie. If that movie was about insider trading and the horrors of capitalism. As Perdue's Senate re-election bid goes to a runoff against Democrat Jon Ossoff in January 2021, let's take a look at the career of a lifelong CEO turned U.S. Senator who, instead of warning the American public about the coronavirus, capitalized on it. I'm Ed Helms, and this is the story of a fierce Trump ally who will make or break Republican control of the Senate. David Alfred Perdue Jr. was born in Macon, Georgia, to two school teachers in 1949. Perdue graduated from Georgia Tech, earning a degree in industrial engineering before getting a master's in operations management. In 1992, Perdue became senior vice president for Sara Lee, a food processing and distribution company which had expanded dramatically, acquiring companies like Hanes, Coach, and Playtex. On Perdue's watch, the bloated company began to restructure, moving American jobs to China. 9,900 jobs at Sara Lee were eliminated, and 4 of its plants in Georgia were shut down. As the company was thriving in Asia, Perdue prospered while his fellow Americans back home suffered. Perdue was asked in a 2005 deposition, "Can you describe your experience with outsourcing?" Perdue replied, "Yeah, I spent most of my career doing that." In 1998, Perdue joined Reebok as a senior vice president and worked his way up to CEO in 2001. To his credit, Perdue revitalized the brand. Both sales and revenue grew. But it's also worth noting that 11-time All-Star Allen Iverson signed on to Reebok in 2001. So it's unclear who the real hero is. After a successful...
Like, when that guy puts on a fucking denim trucker hat or whatever and goes like, Kamala Mamala, like, bitch, we know what you are. Like, I mean, we know what he is. Like, motherfucker, you worked at Reebok and, like, Sara Lee, okay? You're not the fucking, hey, look at me, I'm David Perdue, oh, Kamala Mamala. Like, that's not you, dude. Like, you're straight the fuck up LARPing, dude. You are literally LARPing as a more racist person than you actually are just so you can fucking win votes with the Georgians. And they're so dumb and so fucking racist that they literally eat it up. Like, come the fuck on, dude.
stint with Reebok, Perdue signed on as CEO of Pillowtex, a struggling textile.
And for the person who asked, do you even know who Allen Iverson, the GOAT, AI, Hassan, do you know who Allen Iverson is? Bitch, he retired in Turkey, in Beşiktaş. Of course I know who Allen Iverson is.
Manufacturer. Under Perdue's leadership, the company continued to have its problems, but Perdue didn't. He made $1.3 million the same year Pillowtex went under, leaving thousands of workers who were only making $11 or $12 an hour jobless. After overseeing success for him and failure for his workers, Perdue then went on to head up Dollar General, a chain of discount stores across the United States, and seemingly a place Perdue has never stepped foot in. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution wrote, Perdue helped engineer a leveraged buyout by KKR, a private equity giant. Tax records show Perdue took in $42 million from Dollar General in 2007 and 2008. After that deal, he had to pay a special golden parachute tax in 2008 on the money he was paid when he left the company. But the discount chain paid out $42 million in 2009 to settle several lawsuits alleging Perdue and other top executives earned big profits and gave stockholders $22 a share when it should have been worth more. Regardless of the failures and successes, Perdue always came out on top. Tax returns reviewed by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution reveal that over 10 years, Perdue earned $55 million. In 2014, Perdue...
But he's got a denim... Hey, man, he's got a Canadian tuxedo, brother. He's fucking salt of the earth David Perdue, brother. You don't understand. He's got fucking bootstraps, brother. Meanwhile, he's like literally making money off of firing people, okay? And guess what, guys? We watched this happen, okay? When Mitt Romney ran against Obama, we watched what moderate Republicans look like and how they get fucking owned, okay? Mitt Romney still, absolutely without a doubt, in his campaigning, heightened the blackness of Barack Obama and whatnot, and talked about welfare spending and Obama phone and shit like that, right? But he himself was a respectable moderate Democrat. I mean, a respectable moderate Republican, sorry. And guess what? When you're a respectable moderate Republican, all of a sudden, your fucking, your elevators for your fucking cars come up and you get fucking owned, okay? Meanwhile, this motherfucker's got like, you know, he's raking in 22 million and shit, but guess what? He does the racism, brother. He's doing it every now and then. He's got the fucking denim shirt on. You know he's real. He's one of us, brother.
Perdue ran for Georgia's Senate seat and won. He said he was going to bring the perspective of the working person to Washington. It's unclear if Perdue was referring to the hundred...
Yeah, he's bringing the working perspective to Washington. Like, can you imagine a dude who is literally... Like, he worked for fucking Reebok, dude. This guy is bringing the working class perspective to Washington. Fuck me!
Hundreds of working persons fired from Georgia-based Sara Lee plants he shut down years prior. In the Senate, Perdue has questioned the fact that there is a scientific consensus on global warming. When Trump appointed Scott Pruitt to the EPA, Perdue said, outside of eliminating the EPA altogether, Scott Pruitt is the next best thing. He also urged Trump to remove the U.S. from the Paris Climate Accord. It's clear why, though. Perdue has taken at least $184,000 from the oil and gas industries. On healthcare, Perdue has repeatedly claimed insurance should always cover pre-existing conditions.
Health insurance should always cover pre-existing conditions for anyone, period.
Yeah, right.
Words are great, and just like his president, Perdue knows some of the best ones. However, he doesn't actually believe them. PolitiFact rated his claim flat out false. As a lawmaker, Perdue has voted 4 times to repeal protections for pre-existing conditions.
What a strange take. Oh, so when you're running on pre-existing condition protection, you run as though you care about, Georgians and their health. But when it comes down to, legislating, you're absolutely, without a doubt, trying to fucking yeet that shit. How do you vote for this guy? How? How do you vote for this guy? And by the way, let me tell you something, okay? This is why, again, marginal benefits or marginal and incremental change sometimes leads to incredibly important outcomes for millions of Americans' lives. Pre-existing conditions protection that was created under the ACA, or as you know it, Obamacare, was absolutely fucking argued against at the time leading up to Obamacare as something that's ridiculous. Like, the same people that are still on television right now that are now defending pre-existing